Okay, so we probably did not pick the best weekend for this trip. The forecast calls for rain, overcast, and cold. But you know what? When you live in France, a trip to the Champagne region is just a quick flight. And you don't have to wait for the perfect weather or the perfect season. You just look at the calendar, find a free weekend, and go.
So yes, we are heading to the Champagne region of France. Sounds like a bucket list trip, right? It is. We're staying for a few nights in Reims? I mean, that's how it's spelled. Reims? Wrong? Apparently, this is one of the most difficult, if not the most difficult, French cities to pronounce for Americans. It's difficult. Apparently, it's pronounced something like Reims, because it really just begins to feel like the French are messing with us at this point.
Absolutely.
Mesdames et messieurs, votre attention s'il vous plaît. Ceci est le dernier appel d'embarquement pour les passagers du vol Easyjet Europe 8.
February in Champagne. It's cold. It might be raining, although today it's not. It will be later on. The vineyards, they're probably brown. And honestly, most people would tell you that February is not the best time to come.
But when you live in France and all this is just a few hours away, why not?
Sure, why not?
It was our first day in Reims. France? We're still working on it. And before we drank our first glass of champagne, we started at the Cathedral. People visit this region for the champagne, but the Cathedral is really why the city exists. For centuries, this is where the French kings were crowned. 25 of them. This cathedral was built about the same time as Notre Dame in Paris, and it has that same soaring Gothic style, the pointed arches, the enormous rose windows, and the impossibly high ceilings. But unlike Notre Dame, there are no lines, no crowds, no tour groups packed shoulder to shoulder. On a gray February afternoon, we practically had the cathedral to ourselves. Reims was heavily damaged in World War I. The cathedral was shelled and sustained major damage. Its restoration became a symbol of French resilience. Notre Dame's 2019 fire echoes this story in a really modern way. Both cathedrals became national rebuilding projects. The next day, we booked a half-day tour to visit some of the smaller champagne producers in the area. When most people think of champagne, they think of the big names. But there are literally thousands of small family-run producers here, many making just a fraction of what the major houses produce. We booked a half-day tour that included 2 champagne tastings and a beautiful lunch. It's a great way to see the vineyards and some of the smaller producers. And in February, it's quiet. Not a lot of buses, no crowds, just the sound of bottles and a little rain outside. The tour also took us to Olivier, the village where Dom Perignon lived and is buried. He was a Benedictine monk in the 1600s, and while he technically didn't invent champagne the way the legend says, he did play a huge role in improving the blending and production techniques of wine growing. But oh well, the myth of him calling out, "Come quick, I'm tasting stars," is a great story, no matter what.
We have a definitive answer for you. We talked to our tour guide about how you pronounce the name of the city. And what we found out is that, yes, indeed, the French are messing with us. Think of pronouncing the name of the country, but instead of saying France, drop the F, and it's Reims, or some semblance of that. That's how you pronounce it. If anybody viewing this knows something different, let us know, but that's the answer that we have for you.
This is Epernay, the famous Avenue de Champagne. And this is where all the major champagne houses have their warehouses in underground cellars. We were told this avenue is the most expensive piece of real estate to insure in the entire world. And it's not because of the buildings on top of the street. It's because all of the champagne inventory stored below. And that's one of the most fascinating parts of this region, is what's happening underground. Beneath Reims are miles and miles of chalk cellars. The Romans started quarrying this chalk nearly 2,000 years ago. And today, those same tunnels are used to age champagne. The temperature down here stays constant year-round. Cool, a little damp, perfect for aging. When we lived in the US, a trip like this would have been a major production. Flights, lots of planning, a packed itinerary. Now, it's just a weekend getaway. This wasn't the postcard version of champagne. Cold February weekend, a couple of small producers, a cathedral with no crowds. When we retired abroad, we didn't exactly know what life would look like. But we really hoped it would look something like this.